Lagos, the nation's commercial capital. This is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight,
hello and welcome. Tonight, President Jonathan launches third phase of You-Win program in Abuja. Finance Minister Okonjo-Iweala says the government has made significant progress with You-Win, insists more jobs have been created in the last 2 years. Supreme Court to decide the true winner of the Kogi governorship election sets February next year for judgment. And European Union make new sanctions on Iran as part of nuclear deal with world powers.
On business news tonight, oil firms brace up against the impact of falling naira at the interbank as traders expect more interventions.
And on sports news tonight, Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger sets his sights on a top place finish in Group F of the UEFA Champions League.
And from Abuja, the federal government gives breakdown of employment generated for youths and the You-Win program. Plus, a SEMA leadership calls for merger of some regulatory agencies and recapitalization of the Bank of Agriculture. And we start off tonight from Abuja, where the third phase of the You-Win project was launched today. The youth unemployment rate in Nigeria is put at about 38%, and this, for most economists, is on the high side. To this end, the president launched the third batch of the Youth Enterprise with Innovation in Nigeria, You-Win in Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital territory, with the aim of reducing the unemployment rate. You-Win is an innovative business plan competition by the federal government of Nigeria aimed at job creation by encouraging and supporting aspiring entrepreneurial youths in Nigeria to develop and execute business ideas.
The You-Win initiative, birthed in 2011 by President Goodluck Jonathan, is targeted at youths between the ages of 18 and 35 who already own businesses or have strong business plans. And for the Minister of Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the two earlier phases have turned out very successful based on the number of people who have gotten grants and the jobs created.
During the first cycle, less than 24,000 concept notes were submitted. However, due to the success and popularity recorded by the program in its first year, about 65,000 applications were received for the second cycle, and this is for an ultimate 1,200 winners, despite the fact that it was just women. This trend shows that a larger proportion of Nigerian youth now believe again in their country. They believe in You-Win, and they want to participate in Mr. President's efforts to create jobs. Your Excellency, this program has not been without its challenges. The You-Win family, unfortunately, has lost 3 of its members during the past year.
And the minister done, it is now time for the president to speak.
It's my honor and pleasure to invite the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the man they call Father, His Excellency President Goodluck Jonathan.
And they began by renewing the commitment of government to reducing youth unemployment in the country.
We are gradually moving our country from a belief, because there are sometimes that young people even don't believe in themselves again, because they have tried, they see people that they are better off getting opportunities and they are not getting. They begin to lose hope that without knowing the Godfathers, you can't get anything from the country. We will all collectively change that thinking. By the end of this third cycle, You-Win would have provided entrepreneurship opportunities for 3,600 enterprising youth and created jobs for tens of thousands of our young people. The experience and lessons of UWIN can now serve as a template for similar entrepreneurship and job creation programs around the country. I think a sister program to UWIN is the Nangrupreneurs that is coming up. Our commitment is to build on the impressive progress we have made. We all agree that many more of our youth need our help and support. UWIN is a productive and result-driven program through which concrete outcomes have been achieved.
The event was spiced with testimonies of some beneficiaries of the program, and one after the other, they shared their experience.
I want to assure you that the UWIN program has not only been a one-of-a-kind program, but it has renewed my hope in this country that we can do things right if we want to do it right.
When I went through the UWIN training, I made it through the second stage, and they taught me how to write a proper business plan. There I learned that I did not only have access to the UWIN grant, but with a proper business plan, I had access to a lot of investors that were willing to invest in my business.
The ICT Minister, Omobola Johnson, gave account of how her ministry has keyed into the project.
What is more unique about their websites is that they were built by their fellow colleagues in the UWIN Phase 1. 12 of the companies that were ICT companies, we worked with them, the Ministry of Communication Technology, supervised and mentored them to build the 1,200 websites that are functioning today. Let me just speak about the process, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. It is the same process as has been for UWIN and UWIN Women. There are 4 phases, and all of these are very well honed now, and we have actually improved them as we've gone along. There's a launch which is happening today, 2 intermediary selection phases, and then the final award. The launch is today, and the website is now open for registration.
The first round of the Youth Enterprise with Innovation in Nigeria competition was awarded in 2011 with 1,200 successful businesses.
And in Yoruba mythology, Basharu means a warrior who wins victory.
Meanwhile, the beneficiaries of the federal government's UWIN initiative have been reacting to the program and how it has impacted their lives 2 years after. Well, many who were apprehensive of the program when the Phase 1 was launched in 2011 say they are now convinced that the UWIN is out to take Nigerian youths out of poverty. Others call on those who have watched the launch of the third batch not to miss the opportunity offered by the program to become the next generation of chief executives of companies in Nigeria. State House correspondent Chukuma Onwekwesi takes a look at the program so far.
At the launch in 2011, the federal government promised that it will provide entrepreneurial skills to Nigerian youths, beginning with grants to 1,200 of them. They gave a website and asked Nigerian youths to log on to it. 2 years after, jubilation rent the air. The awardees say that for the UWIN program, they would still have been carrying their ideas in their heads.
I had a paid job, but I've left it because I need to live my dream. I need to be myself. I need to realize my potentials. I need to impact on other lives. And that's what UWIN has helped me to do.
Today, I have my own factory. I have my showroom. From an unemployed young person, I am now an employer of labor. I have directly and indirectly employed 15 people, and I'm still recruiting more.
The second batch followed in 2012, aimed mainly at empowering Nigerian women.
Nigeria is a wonderful place. It's full of opportunities. I'm so proud to be Nigerian. I'm so proud that this country has given me the opportunities that I couldn't get abroad.
I have an award of 8.4 million, and right now we have built our school. We have erected structures. In fact, it's the talk of the town. It's one of the best in the area, and we have employed over 8 staff now, 8 permanent staff, and a lot of other casual staff.
The UWIN has given me an opportunity as a youth to expand my business and also to make me an entrepreneur in full.
Minister of Finance, brandishing a startling statistics, says by the time they finish, over 80,000 youths would have been employed.
Those are direct jobs. Now, if you listened to the UWIN participants, some of them said that even though they didn't win, but the training given to them, there were 6,000 in each cohort trained, 1,200 winners. Those who didn't win still got training and assistance. And they are also creating jobs.
And on the challenges?
From all angles, there aren't really, too many obstacles in the way now of those who have, the winners in particular. So I think it's a really good outcome for young Nigerians.
Good outcome for Nigerians that the government says you don't have to contact any godfather to be part of. All you have to do as the third batch of the competition begins is log on to www.uwin.org.ng. Who knows, you might be the next creator of jobs in the country. Chukwuma Onekusi, Channels Television News.
The National Association of the Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NACIMA, has recommended a merger of regulatory agencies with duplicate functions in the country. While presenting a report on the various sectors of the economy in Lagos today, the president of the chamber, Mr. Muhammad Abubakar, detailed the concerns of the private sector operators under the umbrella of the chamber, also calling for the recapitalization of the Bank of Agriculture as well as incentives for farmers in order to develop agribusiness in the country. Mr. Abubakar pointed out that the various concerns stated in the report require equal attention of the government.
Because the existence of regulatory agencies to bring sanity to bear in the economy, we are worried that the charges by those agencies have become too high and even overlapping, thus constituting a major burden on business, especially manufacturing industries. Some of those agencies, let me give an example. For example, NAFDAC and SON, they are just, the two are responsible for standard. This one standard on medicine and this standard on all other things. So these two have no business on being separate organization. Because I think the capitalization is about how many? How much now?
20 billion.
20 billion now. So when they recapitalize it and issued a 1 trillion capital, and then that money is sitting there to be loaned out, at least the farmers will have a reasonable amount of money and lending. And most of the lands in Nigeria are family-owned lands. You can hardly get 3-4 kilometer land to do real serious farming. So those issues are part of the incentives. If the government come in, maybe if they have the reserve, they discuss with the big players, gives them the reserve to do the production, or take over the farms or substitute the farms and give large producers.
Well, that's it from the nation's capital. We now go over to Lagos, where Ijoma is standing by. Hello, Ijoma.
Hi, thanks a lot for that, Gloria. That's Gloria Umuzuki live there from the nation's capital in Abuja. And in part two, after the break, local and international groups call for elimination of violence against women. That's all coming up in a moment. Join us again.